the same. Just a minute. So I've sent you some few files. So I've sent you the files there, so you can download them. So here we have our duck. Now for you to select this duck,
A minute.
Which tool are you using?
yes,
Which tool are you using?
we are using a tool called Lasso tool. So there are 3 tools. So this one, the third tool. So if you have, you can see this one, this is the third tool in the toolbox. So you click and then you'll be able to see the lasso tool there. So you select that lasso tool, and then from there you can be able to do the selection.
A minute. Let me open the duck.
Yes.
I'm trying to open the duck. Just a minute.
Okay, you are done.
Yeah. Just
Okay.
1 minute.
So now
1 minute.
we are going to select this duck using this lasso tool. Make sure you have that lasso tool selected, and then of course just Control Z, zoom in, Control plus, or you can use the zoom tool to zoom, and then from there, no pixel. So first of all, activate this layer. You see this background layer here. For you to activate, you can double click on it, and then you click OK. That way, you'll be able to activate your layer. As you can see, this image is not, it's pixelating. What is to pixelate? It's not as clear as you'd want it to be. So if you are doing printing, this picture is not the best picture to use. As you can see, when I zoom in, it becomes less clearer and clearer. So this is not a high resolution image, and that's if you are doing printing, I would advise you not to use this image because it will actually do what we call pixelate. Pixelating is that becoming blur in a way, in a certain way. So you are able to know that by zooming into an image. So once you zoom in, you can actually see that this image here is not as clear as it was. But when you are far away, you can actually think that this is a very nice image. But it's until you zoom in that you'll actually know that this image is not as good as it looks from far off. So now for us to be able to use this lasso tool, you just click on the lasso tool, and then from there you're going to do the selection. Of course, the selection is not as perfect. You see that? So just a minute, undo, Control Z, Control D. Okay. So we're going to start selecting. Now for me, you have to hold that. Hold. Okay, zoom in again. You see now that is a problem. Actually not the best tool to use. I rarely use it. If I want to select the head only, this section of the head, I'll select it like this. You are going to hold down your mouse button and then you draw around your. So we have made a selection on the head of this duck. Is also the free transform tool. We have said that these tools are used to create a more of a freehand draw selection. So you these tools under this, the polygonal lasso tool, the magnetic lasso tool, these ones you draw them. You use your hand, you draw them. They are hand drawn selections. So now from there, you can do some changes, or you can make some changes to this duck. If, for example, I want to change the brightness, the contrast, or maybe I want to use the blending options here, I can use those options. The blending options. Of course, right now we cannot be able to see those changes because normal. Let me set it to normal. Let's go to image adjustment, and then you can come to hue and saturation, and then from there you can actually change the hue and saturation of that section, the section that you have selected. You can see the changes. Yeah, so there it is. So that is one way of selecting using the lasso tool. The next tool or for example, if I want to move this head, I want to move it, undo. Now use the move tool. You see that I've just removed that head from that. So undo. You can make a selection and then remove the head from that. And maybe place it elsewhere. But as you can see, it was not very accurate. When I zoom into this, or when we zoom into that, you realize that I did do my selection accurately because this section here, this yellow, is it yellow or orange? This orangish, this was part of the beak. So it was not supposed to be like that. So that is the purpose of this. Also, you can do the selection using another tool. So for you to deselect this selection, you can go to select and then you say deselect. You can do that. Select and then you say deselect. That selection you just deselect it. Then after that one, you go again to the lasso tool. You want to use the next tool, which is called the polygonal lasso tool. This one. So you click on it. polygonal lasso tool. It's also a hard. You'll use your free hand. You'll draw it using your own hands. So that one you click a minute. So this one is a bit, as you can see, this is now the polygonal tool. I actually like it. Zoom out, because this one you don't have to hold onto your mouse, unlike the other one, the previous one. So this one you can actually release your mouse and do zoom in and zoom out. So I'm going to select this bird, the whole of it. Here you can select like that. This is called the polygonal. So zoom out. This one is better. Let me see. I wanted to undo. Control Alt Z. Oh my. Has just messed me up. Let me go back. I wanted to scroll down. Oh my. Okay. I've just made mistakes. That is okay. Everything we learn by making mistakes. Control minus. As you can see now, I'm having trouble because I cannot be able to see. Like I wanted to scroll up. Yes. If I can just scroll up. Yeah, like that. Oh, that's good. You learn by making mistakes. Also, you realize when you are doing this for the first time, you are likely to make a lot of mistakes. There will be a lot of. This one you just need to drag. If you cannot see the rest of the bird, you just pull the lasso tool upwards, and then you continue doing your selection. Making your selection. Yeah, so once you join, you double click. Oh my. Now I have to repeat again because I have messed up. Let me undo. I see that it's possible to do a reselection, escape. Yeah, there it is. Once you are done, when you join the lines, make sure you double click. Once you join, once you get back to where you began, you double click, and then now the selection will be done. Now I've selected. As you can see here, I made some mistakes here. Yeah, so you can actually move this bird from here. So just click on the move tool and then you move it. You have your, now this bird, you can take it anywhere. From here, maybe to a different picture. Like for example, let me open another picture. Let me first of all talk to somebody here. Omolo, are you with me?
I'm there. Let me ask you. This polygonal, it mostly when you are trying to trace it, like it looks like it's a straight line, right?
When
you're trying to draw, like to draw out whatever picture you want to draw, it seems like a straight line. Huh?
Yeah, you can make selection on a straight line, but let me repeat again for the sake of those who have not understood it. Let me just repeat. So you're going to select your polygonal tool here. It's different from the lasso tool. So the lasso tool, you have to hold, you have to press your mouse until you get to the very last section, and then you join. But for this one, for the polygonal tool, it gives you an allowance to control you. It allows you to actually release your mouse to make more selection Like for example, I click at the beginning. Who is that? Okay. Let me just mute you for now. So, like for example, this one, you click from this point, and then, like for example, here there is a, here you can see there is a like a curve. So what you do, because if I click on a straight line, I will not be as accurate as I would want to be. So I'll click here at this section, and then after that I'll click again and I'll make another selection there, and then another one there. So it's not necessarily a straight line. You can even do, you can do as what we call a curve. You can use it to make a curved selection. Like here now you can see here we have a curve. So if I just come to this point, you see this section here will not be selected, and I want to have or to select this bird. I want to select the bird only without the background. So I select there. Here there's another curve, so I cannot just come and click here, because if I do this, it will exclude this section, this outer section. So that's why you have to click there, and then I click here again, and then let me move down once. All right, then after that one you click again, we move down once. Here just click there. For accuracy, you have to make small clicks here and there for more accuracy.
Can't hear you.
You disappeared, eh? Hello? Hello?
Okay, so I got disconnected. There were some internet connectivity issues. So I'll have to reshare my screen again, and I'll repeat that same the operation that you are doing. Okay. So what you are doing, I'll do it very time. And so this is a polygonal tool. Can you? I hope you can hear me, right?
We can't.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So it's the internet connectivity issue. So I'm just going to draw this very quickly. I hope I'll not waste a lot of time. So these are very effective. I also like this too. So for you to go down,
I can't see your screen drawing.
You cannot see my screen.
Yes, okay. Drawing.
Let me reshare it again. Now it happens if I come back to my screen, or if I exit. Let me go back to this entire screen. Share. Now, can you see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Yes?
Yes, yes. Now I can see.
Okay. Now I'm going to make a quick selection for this duck so that we save on time. I hope there will be no issue so that we finish this one. We go to the next tool. So for the dragging, if you are dragging down once to see the rest of the section, you are not going to, you'll not be clicking. You just drag. You just drag it, or you just move your mouse downwards. Like for example, here I'm just moving it without pressing any button, and then there it is. So I'm doing it very quickly. For accuracy, no, not yet. I'm not applying accuracy for now because of time. Once you get to the end, no. Oh, there it is. You just click once. Once you get to the, you don't double click when you get to the other, where you began. You just click once to join the lines, and then you have your selection. If I zoom out, you can see I've made my selection. So from there, I can do anything to this bird. I can edit it any way I want, including moving it from this page and taking it to a different page. So I want us to move this duck to a different page. So how do you do that? I'm going to open a new page or a new file. So file new, click on file new. Then of course, we say that if you want the international paper size, A4, you can use that one. Of course, the other paper sizes. And then once you're done with that, color is RGB. But we said if you are doing or you are printing, you're going to use CMYK. Then after that, you click OK. So you have a new document here. I want to place, or I want to move this duck from here and place it where? Here. So with the selection on the duck, it's going to be very easy to move it. So what I need to do, or what we need to do, we need to click on the move tool. So once you open this document and then you have your duck selected, click on the move tool. And then click on the duck, hold the duck, and move the duck upwards. And then come to the tab, point on the tab, a new document. Like for example, right now I'm pointing on the untitled, or the untitled tab of my my new file, and then I come inside the page, and then I release. Once I release, my dark will now be on this page here. As you can see, it's not as clear. Once you are done doing the adjustments, you can confirm or you can commit. So that's how you do that. As you can see, I was not as accurate. That's why you can see these corners here. But when you're doing now the design itself, there are many ways of getting rid of these corners here. And also you can see there is this section here on the feet. I didn't remove this background, and maybe you'd want to get rid of it also. So how do you do that? You're still going to use the polygonal lasso tool to make the selection for that. And then you select, you want to get rid of that section. There it is. And then once you do that selection, just press the delete key. You'll have gotten rid of that. Now, this dark here, you need to move it. Here it is. You can even place it on a different picture. If I want to place this dark on a different picture.
Let me ask you something.
Yes.
Your resolution seems to be more clear than mine.
Your resolution? Mine seems to be more clearer than yours. Have you committed the changes? Like when you enlarge the image, once you enlarge the image, there is this check mark here at the top. Can you see that check mark?
Where?
At the top.
Okay.
Yeah, the options. Click on that.
Okay.
So once you click, you're likely to see your dark is likely to be more clearer then. It's likely to be more clearer.
Okay. That is after moving, eh?
Yeah, after moving, I can actually undo everything. Let's try. Okay, now our dark is back to this.
Yeah, I can see. It's okay.
Okay. So can you see now?
Yeah, it's okay.
Yes?
Yeah, it's the resolution is good.
Can you see the dark?
Yeah.
The selection dark, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, now I think there's some internet connectivity issue on your side, because actually you are cutting, you are breaking, your call is breaking, eh?
Oh, me, eh?
Hello? Omar, Eric?
Yes. I'm saying hello.
Your internet is breaking, so there seems to be some internet issue on your side, eh?
Oh, but I can hear you clearly.
Oh, you can hear me clearly. Okay, can you see my selection here, the dark that I've my image? Can you see it?
Yes, I've seen.
So what we are saying, we're going to move this dark from this to this other page. So you're going to click on the move tool, and then you click point, place your what do you call it? Your move tool on this tab here for the untitled one, and then go inside the document on the canvas, point on the canvas, and then after that one, you're going to release your mouse. Once you do that, you can see the dark is small. Our dark here is small. So for you to enlarge it, actually you can zoom in, and then you can enlarge the dark. You can see as you're enlarging it, it's not as clear. But once you commit the changes, the image appears more clear. So I say that you understand, eh?
Yeah.
Now, if you want to get rid of this section here, you're still going to go to the polygonal lasso tool again, and then you select, I want to get rid of this section here because I don't want this background to be seen by anybody. Then after that one, after you make the selection, just press delete. Now, what I was saying is that you can place this duck on another picture. Like instead of it, okay, you can have it on another picture. Maybe go to File, open another picture of your choice. Like for example, I can use image base 2. Let me see which image it is. So I want to place my duck here on this image. So what we do, I'll have first of all to activate this image, and to activate or to make it active, you double click on this, on the lock to unlock, or you double click on the layer and then you click OK. And then I go back to where my duck is, this duck, and then I click on my move tool. I click on my duck, I move it towards the image tab, the new image tab, that is image best. And then I come and place it there. As you can see, it's big, it's bigger than the image itself. So we'll have to reduce it. So zoom out, Control minus. And then from there, you'll be able to reduce the size of that duck. Commit the changes, zoom in. Commit. So I can have it there. Yeah, so that's how you can see now. Somebody may actually think there was a duck there. The duck was there. If I want another duck, okay, everybody, are we together on this up to that point? Okay, let's say, for example, you want to make you want to rotate this bird. As you can see right now, it's facing that side, and maybe you want it to face this other side. How do you? Let me see whether it's possible. Let's see whether it's possible. That one is actually it has proven to be I want to refract it. I want it to face this other side. Instead of facing that direction, it will face this other direction. We enlarge it for you to see. So I want it to face this horse. I want this image to face this horse. So right click. What you do, you right click on the edges. Okay, but now it's proving to be a problem also. You're not showing it. There is a certain menu I'm looking for called the refract. When you do it successfully, okay, it's actually not working.
Go to image.
What I'm trying to do,
image rotation.
Yeah.
Go to image rotation, then horizontal.
You have flip, flip horizontal and flip vertical. Yeah, that's using the menu, but there's another way of like clicking and then you see, but it's okay also. You can also use this one, image, and then you go to image rotation. Where is that? Where is that? Where is that? Image rotation. Then you say flip. You can flip horizontal, flip vertical. That is flip. As you can see, it has also affected my my background. Let me undo that. I want to flip the duck only. I don't want to flip the horse. I want this duck only. So image rotation, flip, no, canvas. That one, if I flip the canvas, it will also flip the images. I wanted this duck, the duck only. Clinton.
Yes.
Is yours flipping the canvas also?
Okay.
Because
Yes.
If I do image rotation, then we say flip canvas horizontal.
Some background has noise.
Okay, we are back. We are back again. There is some internet issue. So you are trying to flip this one horizontal. If somebody has succeeded, you can inform me.
Sure.
Yeah.
You click the edit tab,
Yes.
then you go to transform.
Transform.
Yes.
Then you say
Flip. Yeah.
Or flip horizontal. That's okay. But mine, as for now, this one now can work. You see now, when I right click, now it's visible. You see. But also, for the sake of, if you're having problems like the way I'm having problems with that, you can just use that one also. Right click, you can just go to edit and then transform, and you say flip horizontal. So from there, your dark will be, the dark will face this horse. So once you're done that, you can actually, let me place it here because.
Okay, can you pardon? Pardon.
So what we say, if you want to flip it horizontal, if you are having challenges, you can just click on this, and then you go to edit, transform. Click on your dark to select it. Then once you click on your dark, you go to edit, and then you go to transform, and then you say flip horizontal. So that one will help you to change the direction of your image. So commit there. Of course, if you want this dark to be somewhere behind this horse, there are many ways. But right now, that would take a lot of time. Like if I want this dark to actually appear as if it's on this grass here, it's very possible. But for now, I'm just hiding its feet there so that when people look at it, they'll actually think that this dark is part of the image. Because if I place it here, or we place it here, it will appear as if it's floating in the air. Or maybe you can make it as small as possible, as tiny as possible, and then you confirm changes. You see that one also, but still somebody can see when you print this image, somebody can see that there's an issue here. Not unless there's another tool that we can use to maybe cause these feet to be somehow hidden by the glass. It's called the healing brush tool. Once you click, the healing brush tool is right here. Or how many tools are you going to skip? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's in the 7th category. You'll find something called a tool called healing brush tool. Once you click on that healing brush tool, you're going to hold the Alt key, A-L-T key on the keyboard. It's just next to the Windows key. and then you click elsewhere on the image, and then you can come and hide. Okay, just a minute. That one is not working. It's not going to work on this. It's just making changes on the image and the background. Okay. Yeah, there it is. But when you're doing these changes, let me just repeat that step for using the healing brush tool. Okay, so what you're going to do for you to use the healing brush tool, you're going to select it. I want us to copy this grass so that we can hide the feet of this duck. Because you realize it's like this duck is floating. It's floating in the air. And you don't want people to see that as if it's not part of this image. So what you're going to do, you're going to click on your healing brush tool, apply transformation, click on your healing brush tool, then hold the Alt key, and then click anywhere where there is grass, if you are using grass like me. But if you are not, you can choose a different selection. You can hold the Alt key, click elsewhere on the photo. Like for example, I want to use this grass. If it's yours, you are using a road, or maybe you're using what? Okay, for me, let me use this one. Then click on the layer that has the duck, and then from there now you can be able to like hide these legs, the legs of this duck. Of course, like it's not really working. Let me undo again. Alt. If I want to increase the size of my healing brush, of course this was not part of the class today. I'm just going ahead of myself. And click on that layer, the layer that has the duck. Of course, it's not as accurate. But I'm trying to hide. What I'm trying to do is to hide the feet of that duck. But it appears as if its legs are actually positioned on the grass itself. So once I confirm that, you will actually think that this duck is part of that image. So you see that when somebody looks at it, this duck now is no longer floating. It actually fits well, or it actually blends well with the image. So I've shown you some things that I was not supposed to show you today, but I've gone ahead of myself. It's okay. Still, the original duck is still intact. We've not yet. So you have this duck, you have this duck on a new page, and also you still have the same duck, the original duck on its page. Yeah, this image was not the best, as you can see. It's also another problem with this duck is that it's somehow pixelated. When you compare it with this, you see this is high resolution. These are high resolution image. So when you compare it with this, it's actually this duck. That was saying this is not the best image. Somebody can actually see can detect something unusual about this duck because of the way it is. Undo. Yeah, so that's how we use the tool called the lasso tool. Of course, I have shown you some other things. Something else. Also, this duck, I can multiply this duck. Like we can have several ducks from this one duck here. How do you do that? this duck. We have several ducks on this image. So what you do, just going to click on that, the layer that has the duck, and then you can duplicate it. Right click, and then you choose duplicate layer. So once you choose duplicate, click OK. You have now the second layer with the duck. If you want to see it, you just click on the move tool. Make sure you've selected the move tool, and then you move the duck. You move the duck away from the other. So you have two ducks. If you want another duck, you come to this layer again. You say duplicate layer, and then you click OK. You have another duck here. So make sure you have your move tool selected, and then you click. So you have another duck somewhere there. Of course, this one now you can actually transform it. You can have as many ducks as possible. So see, most of the images you see on the internet are actually not real. Most of the images on the internet actually in reality they are edited. Like you may find that this horse was not in this image, but it was someone who sat down on Photoshop and then made these changes. Or even you may find they were not in this environment. These horses were not in this kind of an environment, this green grass environment. They were in another environment. But with Photoshop, you can change all that. So there it is, as you can see. We can make it smaller, confirm, click on the other layer there. So we have 3 ducks in one image, confirm. That one can make it smaller also. The mother duck. So there it is. So okay, so we are done with that. Let's go back to our original picture. Now this duck, for you to deselect it, we say that you click on the select and then you click on deselect. Now our duck is deselected. You cannot move the duck. You can only move the entire image, but not the duck. So for you to move this duck, you have to first of all select it and then move it. Okay, now the next tool is going to be magnetic lasso tool. Magnetic lasso tool. And that one is also used for selecting. So you zoom in using Control+. Zoom out Control-. And then from there you can actually make your selection. This one you actually don't have to click. This one you just place, it will detect the pixels as you move on without clicking. So this one is just selecting as you move without necessarily clicking. So this one is quicker, it's faster than the others. As you can see, it's trying to control me. So this one you're just moving. Undo Control Z. Is it possible, Mr. Magnetic Lasso tool? As you can see here, it has made a mess. Also, that it has made a mess. It's not possible to undo. All right. So if you make a mistake, like I've made a mistake, once you are done selecting, you see here I've made a mistake. I've also made a mistake. Yeah, this section has a mistake. So the lasso tool, let me use it again. Let me refresh. So what you do is it will just do the selection for you as you move. There is another mistake, as in you see, this one is quite easy, but the issue with it is that you may do it's not as accurate, especially if you are beginning. But as you advance, you'll actually come to a place where you can use it perfect or accurately. As selection, Control Z. No, it's actually not working. Yeah, so if you make a mistake and you want, because you cannot undo, you just press the escape key. Yeah? So for example, you can see now, this section I've not selected. That's what we call the lasso tool. The magnetic lasso tool is faster, but the problem we usually have is that at times it is not as accurate. But as you move, as you become better and better with Photoshop, it will be easier for you to use it. Control D to deselect. So for deselection, you can either use select, deselect, or if you want to reselect, you can go to for select, reselect. That one will reselect again. If you want to deselect, you can do select, deselect, or you can use the keyboard shortcut Control D. That one is also for deselection. Let's go to them. So we have looked at the lasso tool. The lasso tool, we have said under the lasso tools, there is a lasso tool, a completely hard drawn selection. And also, we've talked about the polygonal lasso tool. This one draws straight lines between clicked points. So this one you have to click from one point to another. You click again, you click again, you click again. Then also we have another one called the magnetic lasso tool. It's used for drawing selections around image context by detecting contrast changes around the edge of the subject. That is what we call the magnetic lasso tool. Also, yesterday we talked about the magic word tool, and that one is also for selection. We used it yesterday. If you just come to this position, you see this one, it's called the magic word tool. It's a magic, as you can see, it looks like that magic. If you watch movies, you can see there are some people who use this one, especially the people who do the magicians. They use this one to do their magic, and that's where they derive the word magic word tool. So if I click, it will select. If I click on this ocean, I want to delete, I want to like edit the ocean. I just click Control D. There it is. You can see it's not selecting everything. So what we said yesterday, if you want to make more selections for this ocean, you just come to this point where you have got the tolerance, and then you increase the level of tolerance. So if I increase this tolerance to 70% or 70, and then I click on the ocean, Control D first for me to make another selection. If I click again, you can see I've done this one is allowing me to do more selections than I did previously. So what you usually do with the magic wand tool is to play around with the tolerance. So right now I've set it to 30, the tolerance of 30. Let me Control D to deselect, and then I select again. You can see now it's selecting the ocean only, and also it's ignoring the darks because the dark are not the same color as the ocean. This pond here. So if I delete that, you can see pressing the delete key, and then I do Control D. you can see still there are some parts. Like for example, I've gotten rid of this dark here. I've gotten rid of. So for effective use of this magic wand tool, if you want to use it effectively, you use it where you have one color. Like for example, if you have an image that has only white color and you want to select that white color, the magic wand tool is the best. Let me give you an example. If I go to File, Open, I will place a flower. Let me choose flower 3 here. Okay, this one, there is only one color on the background, this brown color. So for me to delete, I want us to get rid of this background color. So first of all, you activate this image, double click, and then you click OK. Once you click OK, you're going to select this. Okay, so click using the magic wand tool. You can see we are selecting the background, but now also it's also selecting this section here of the table. And we don't want it to select this area here. So how are you going to get rid of that? There are some tools here. There's one called create new selection, add to selection, subtract from selection, from the existing selection. This one. So we're going to subtract. Well, so let me see how we subtract. Which is subtract? On the options bar. That is intersect, add. This one does not have, this one is subtract. Is it possible? Is it possible? Control D. Control D. So this one is also tricky, mainly because it's also selecting this table, but we wanted this section only. Now this is where the challenges come in. So what you do, Control D, you can decrease the level of tolerance to 20, and then click again. You can see now we are making, it's not selecting the table now. It's no longer selecting the table. So if I delete, you see I've gotten it to a section of that. Now also I want to get rid of this, so click or Control D, and then you click on this undeleted background, and then we press delete key, and we've gotten rid of that. Also, we need to get rid of this background here, so click using the magic. So first of all, before you click on this section, or for you to make this selection, you have to deselect this. So Control D to deselect, and then you click on that section, the one that I've clicked on. So let me send this image to you, the flower 3. Let me send it so that you can use it also. So I've sent that image. If you want to work with it, you'll see it. You have to download it. If, for example, I want to use the flower 2, so there we have. You see how effective it is when you are dealing with one color. But when you have mix, like for example, now if you want to use the lasso tool on these flowers here, it's going to be very tricky because there are so many colors on this one, and that one will cause a lot of confusion to the magic wand tool. So like for example, if you want to select the green only, like you want to select these green leaves here, you click on the magic wand tool and then you click on the green. You see it's only selecting the green. It's only selecting the green section, but also you can see it's not selecting everything. Control D. If I want this leaf here, you can see it's still it's not selecting everything. Yeah, the magic wand tool is mostly for me. I use it when I'm dealing with one color, like I've shown you. Let me open flower 3. File, open flower flower 2. Let's work with flower 2. This one here. This one has a white background. So this one will be very easy. It will be very easy to delete this background using the magic word tool. So first of all, you need to activate this background by double clicking on the layer, and then you click OK. So you have unlocked the layer. So now I want us to get rid of this background here. For us to get rid of this background, currently I'm using which image? I'm using flower 2. This flower, this one here, the one that I sent you, the second image, the second flower. Or from the images, you have the dark, you have the red flower there, and also you have. So now, for you to get rid of this background, you click on your magic wand tool, and then you click on the background, this white background, and then you press the delete key. You see, we've gotten rid of that white section. Then also I want to get rid of this upper section, the white section. So I click on that. Now for you to click again, you have to deselect, Control D, click, then you delete. Still there is this section, this white section here, click. Okay, for you to click, you undo, you have to deselect, Control D, and then you click, then delete. Then you want to delete this section, Control D. So you can see the magic word tool. Also there is this portion here at the base of this flower holder. So you just click, okay, deselect first, Control D, then you click. You press the delete key on the keyboard. So still that white section is not, we still have some sections that have not been. So Control D, and then you select this one, you click again on that remaining section, and then you press the delete key. So now you have your flower now has no background. You've gotten rid of the background. And from there you can choose a different background and then place it on the image. Ivy, are we okay? Is it okay?
Yes.
Okay, anyone who has a question? So for today, we have looked at this. We have looked at the lasso tool, the polygonal tool, and of course, I've added so many other features that we'll actually revisit during the course. So if you didn't understand the others, like how we are using the healing brush tool, how we are duplicating the layers, that one actually we'll do it tomorrow. Duplicating layers, we'll do it tomorrow. So what I wanted you to understand is the use of lasso tool, polygonal tool, and magnetic tool. And also you've understood some bit on this magic word tool. And then of course is this last tool, which is called the quick selection tool. This one is also very nice. It is a very effective tool, the quick. And let me please select this first. I want to background. Or still I can open. Let me open it afresh. So file, open, and then we open which flower? Is it two, right? And then we click open. Still not opening. File. Okay, it has opened. Let me close now. File, open, flower 2, open. So here it is, the flower 2. Then we are going to use a quick selection. So the quick selection is quite quick. As you can see, just click and drag. And then you delete. Of course, for you, okay, just a minute before we delete, you have to activate this background, this layer. So double click and then delete. Click OK. So when you place an image or when you open an image, first of all, you have to activate it. Once you activate it, you want to get rid. We want that to, or you want to get.
Can you repeat the paintbrush?
So file, open, and then I selected, or we select. I want us to select flower 2. This flower 2 here. I've sent it to on the chat section. So if you go to the chat section, you'll find it was the third image. Yeah.
So
now, once your flower vase, we call it flower vase or something. Some people call them flower vase or something like that. People deal with flower. They have names for this kind of. It's
a vase.
It's a vase, eh? Flower vase.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. I didn't know. So double click on this to activate, and then you click OK. Now we're going to use a tool called the Quick Selection tool. So choose the Quick Selection tool. And then that one you actually click and drag. Now you realize that when you are dragging, when you are selecting, there's a possibility it also selected some, like here we didn't select this flower, and this flower was supposed to be part of this image. So that's where you hold the Alt key. When you hold the Alt key, you realize there's a minus inside the Quick Selection tool. So this one will help you. When it's like that, it will help you to make the necessary adjustments. So minus, okay. So you play around with this as you are holding the Control or the Alt key. You can see there it's giving me a lot of headache. It's giving there it is, Alt minus Alt. Alt. Okay. So once you're done, you can press the delete key. Now still we have this section that has Control D, this one here. Okay, Control D. There is this white, but anyway, just first of all learn how to use this. So I want us to get rid of this using the quick selection tool also. So you click. So if you click once, it's not going to select everything. So if you want to click the whole of it, you just click and drag. If you want to select the white sections, you click and drag, of course. And do Control D. And then delete, press the delete key. See, this one is a quick selection. You click inside there, you delete. You click here, you delete. You click there, you delete. So now you are done selecting. Yeah, so those are the tools for today. I think we'll continue from there tomorrow. So we have looked at these tools for selections. One is the lasso tool, polygon or magnetic lasso, and then the quick selection, magic word tool. So tomorrow we'll continue with the rest. So any question? Of course, you cannot have flowers in such a place. When you do these things, you have to use your own creativity to know what you're supposed to place and where you're supposed to place, what you're supposed to include in an image, and what you're not supposed to include in an image. And get rid of that. You can also get rid of that. So there it is. So you see this one. All right. So we are done with this. Yeah, unless is a question. No. So I'll send you yesterday's notes, the ones that we covered. Today there are still some concepts that we've not covered, but I'm sure we've it's only the rectangular marquee tool. We've not covered that one also. Yeah, there are some few things we've not covered, but the lasso tool we've covered. And of course, there is something else we're supposed to look at called the layer via copy, choosing colors. Yeah, so this one is not fully covered, but for yesterday's class, let me just send you the notes.
Hello?
Yes.
You can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you very clearly.
Yes. Let's say you select the dark. Huh?
You select?
The dark. Huh?
The dark.
Yes, and you
Yes,
want to...
the previous dark.
Yes, and you want to remove it and leave the background the same without leaving a patch on the background that shows something was removed.
Oh, so what you are saying we get rid of this dark, but still we leave the background as it was.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
That is, we're going to use what we call the content aware, but we will still look at that one. There's another tool called the content aware, but we'll cover it in a different class, not today. Content aware. When you look at this one here, which tool is the content aware? Let me look for it. There's a content aware somewhere. Mixture is in here under the healing brush tool. You look at this, what we call the content aware move tool. Do you see this one?
Yes.
Yeah, that one can be used to change that, but I was to teach you later or in another class. So you do the selection for that dark, and then you move it away. Once you move it away, there's a process. There's a rendering process that will take place. Then once it's done, you can see we've gotten rid of the dark, but now it's not as accurate. Yeah, it's not as accurate. So there is a lot of work that we need to do with that. Just a minute, undo. So you have to do the selection nicely, the way we did, and using the content aware tool, you just select. You see, I can move it away actually. This way it's going to work. I've moved it away completely.
Okay.
See whether it's going. Try and move. Let's see whether it's going to change. You see now that the most effective one is to move this one. You see this dark here, the one that is on the one that is swimming here. let's try and move this one using the content aware. So you're going to select it around and then move it elsewhere. You see, it's no longer there. Okay, then you want to get rid of this dark. You want to get rid of this one. So what you do, Control D to deselect. Getting rid of this dark. Just choose the content aware again, the content aware tool. You're going to duplicate the dark. Just a minute. Can move outside there. So I move it away. Then to get rid of this dark completely, I will use the healing brush tool. Or I can also use what we call the clone stamp tool. Then I hold the Alt key. Of course, I'm going ahead of myself. I want to get rid of this dark. I can also get rid of this and this and this. So I'll click on the ocean here, holding the Alt key, and then you delete. I want to get rid of that one also. Of course, that one is not going to be possible. So Alt, get rid of that one also. Get rid of that one also. Click Alt, C, Alt, Alt, Alt. You see, but there's a level of accuracy that you're supposed to have, for you to leave this, for you not to be, for people not to see as if something has been done, something fishy has been done on the image. Yeah, but what I'm showing you is what we actually do to remove even this one. I can get rid of this dark here. Okay, sorry for that. Alt. See, now I've gotten rid of all the darks, but as much as it's not as accurate, but we have done that. That's how we do that. Okay, so I think we have come to the end of the session. We'll meet again tomorrow. For the guys who don't have machines, it's going to be a challenge, but I'll talk to the front office or the office. We'll see how to go about it. I'll talk to them and ask them how we're going to go about it, because now you'll also be required to do practicals. You are required to do like a project at the end of this. And now without seeing or without doing what you are doing in class practically, it might be a challenge. So I will talk to them and I'll give you feedback tomorrow so that we'll see how we can assist you. So have a nice evening. We'll meet tomorrow.
Safe.
Yes, how are you, Ashni? Ratna?
Yes, sir.
You have a question?
No, sir.
Okay, let me upload the notes. Let me upload the notes for you. Yesterday's class. Yeah, so we'll meet tomorrow.
You'll assist me on those images that I sent you, so that I can follow your steps to try and make something like that.
Okay, what was the question concerning those images?
I was like to blend them to make them like there are 4 images.
Uh-huh.
I want to blend them to like make a one picture, but in a high resolution.
So you want to blend them into one picture?
Yes.
You want them to be on one picture?
Yes.
Okay, let me check.
But the boy jumping should be like the background.
Should be it's the main picture now, eh?
Yeah. It's like the main picture.
Okay, and just. So you have all these images. Can you help me contribute? Can you help me to contribute these 4 pictures to form one high resolution photo?
Yes.
So you wanted the boy jumping to be the background, right?
Background, yes, like the main subject. The ball can be like on the air.
There?
The ball. See, there's a basketball like.
Yes. Yes.
In the air, like
You want
just on it.
You want it to be on there?
Like as if he has thrown it to make a basket, but it's on the air.
Just let me stop recording. Okay, as if he has thrown it. He's the one who has thrown it, eh?
Yes.